Hi, I wanted to reach out to a few people because I'm struggling and we're supposed to be humane and relate to others. I know that Vince Gill's wife sustained a severe head injury. I know that other people have lost people. I'm sorry, my speech has impediment. There's videos and pictures of my skull and brain was exposed. I've lost 1.9 years, and it feels like yesterday in my memory. But things get dark, and music helps me have memories. I also know that I've been a photographer for years on different platforms for musicians, and in getting aid for my head injury where I was kicked out of a hospital because I'm allergic to the vaccine, I was life flighted. I was crushed by a 700-pound quad with a shut-off switch because I do have seizures. But I don't remember anything about that day. I guess I got on it. I was in pajamas, which would be shorts and a t-shirt, a tank top. I vaguely remember looking up at someone and saying, I'm not going to the hospital. But I seen someone who saved my life once before. Because I'm pretty stubborn and old-fashioned. My dad was a Vietnam vet, and I have Agent Orange for my father. And the thing is that I remember seeing a man named James McCourt, I thought. And all I know is somebody was holding their hands in front of me saying, this is your head. Don't remember anything else. Kind of a euphoria. Next thing I know, I wake up in I didn't know I was in a helicopter. I was life flighted. I was life flighted to the University of Louisville. I had to be given an adrenal injection on site by a family member because they're not privy to different autoimmunes and some are just rare. I stay in adrenal fatigue. I have memory fog. I can't hold anything down most of the time. Vertigo. I'm blind in one eye. I lose sight in my other. My pupils blow. And I remember at the hospital, I remember getting there, but I remember waking up. It was like early that morning, and there was over 2 feet of blood stains in 2 different spots of me on the road. Probably still there. And my thing is that I had punctured lungs, broken hip. I woke up in the middle of them taking a clot off my brain and screaming, let me die. And then I asked for a preacher. So I blacked out in prayer. I woke up again, roughly, I guess probably about 7 hours later. It was 2:30 in the morning. I don't know. My time, I seem stupid, but I'm not. I just, I don't know what to do anymore. It seems like, unless you know somebody high up, but I know there's a lot of people that have struggled with something like this, but I don't know to the severity. My lungs were punctured, my hip was broken, and they kicked me out. I didn't even feel the pain for about 2 months. And then I was blacking out. I was losing time. And we immediately got me to the Mayo Clinic in Arizona, 1,700 miles away. And the thing is that I guess I had a fractured neck. And still to this day, no medical help really. They couldn't do nothing. They said it's a Mayo hospital because it was a cervical, cranial hazard. And that I learned the other day in a Zoom group with people with the same injuries. It's all new, but see, I get really dark and I don't understand it. I have profound faith in God. I write lyrics, songs, poems. I write everything. And I actually was accepted to America's Got Talent, which I never got to show up to because in 2011 I was hit by a truck. A doctor hit me. Therefore, they didn't treat me. So I had to move to Phoenix, Arizona. In Phoenix, I went through heart surgery, reconstructive surgeries, all kinds of stuff. And yes, I was in an electric wheelchair when I was hit on the sidewalk, so obviously there's some brain injury there. Through my life, 40 years of seizures and countless concussions. I didn't know there was concussion specialists. I didn't know there was optometry neurologists. I didn't know there was neurologists specialized in certain kinds of brain and cervical pain. I didn't know that there's people that there's certain kind of therapies, and I got pawned off. And when I get dark, I can't explain it. My pupils blow, and I'm not okay. I learned something called sensory overload the other day, and I listen to Tom McDonald. I'm a country girl, but I write poems like Tom McDonald. Tom McDonald, if you're out there, maybe you can hit me back. I'm not trying to steal your stuff. I think you're an amazing poet. I think you make sense. Otherwise, music that relates me to what has happened is Vince Gill, and I know Amy Grant sustained a head injury, lost 15 minutes. I've lost almost 2 years. I'm not okay. I'm actually asking to be baptized, the dark me, because I don't know what's happening. And I wondered, I've done George John portraits, Sammy Kershaw, Aaron Tippin, met Mel Haggard when I was 8. I mean, there's literally a ton of things. Country music has always been my life. Right now, I listen to Earl Thomas Conley. I listen to Ricky Van Shelton, Travis Tritt. I listen to things that relate me to a memory. And if not, I don't have them. And I wondered if anybody could give me a hand. Because I don't remember very important dates in my life. And I feel like my life doesn't matter. I'm going to tag a few of you artists because, well, Aaron Tippin knows. They were pretty great to me. I've done photos of him since 2008. Sammy Kershaw, I've done photos of him since I was 19 years old. I'm 51. And I cannot not wear a beanie or a hat. I can't wear a regular hat. I've always been a sports photographer, NFL, X Games, NBA, PBR, everything. I just can't handle extreme light, space. I always have to wear a headset. I'm a professional photographer. And, well, we left to get me to specialists, which was somewhat a waste of time. And, what happened was we got robbed. We lost everything. Could somebody please reach out and say something? Help me. And I'm not asking for freebies. I do write constantly out on everything. And I wrote my own wedding song that I don't remember performing. Have No Shyness in Me, I performed and had scouts from Nashville come and met me. But honestly, it's not about music, really. Music is a healer. People relating is a healer. I have no self-esteem like I did. Um, if this relates to you and your family, I am reaching out to people with knowledge and with resources that I do not have. I'm afraid this will take my life if I don't get the proper help from the proper doctors. And I don't know who to ask for. And I can't multitask like I did. I can't think the way I did. Honestly, the one joy in life is herbology and mycology. I've learned so much that I really want to get a degree in it. Otherwise, I've always been a photojournalist, and I love doing it. And, but all of that was stolen from me. My cameras. Honestly, I did a lot of weaponry, nothing illegal, but 29 guns were stolen. Fentanyl people came in and robbed us while we were trying to save my life. I still don't know how to save my life. If anybody can help me understand this, see a real doctor that cares and doesn't judge, because my family member, we actually met when I was 22 and he was 19. I went into my first coma at 25, 3 strokes. They told him it was in my head. Well, guess what? Seizures are in your head. I woke up, had to learn to walk and talk and do all that again, and then at 29, went back into a coma. Status epilepticus, other stuff. 47, I was diagnosed with what needed to be diagnosed years earlier, and that was with Addison's disease. Addison's disease is very harmful. If you get into an accident, you have to have an injection on site. And after that, if it's a severe one, you'll stay in what they call adrenal fatigue, and thus needing an injection or you die. If I could only tell you how many times they found me not breathing. I live in a place I'm not used to. I'm used to having things in order. But I have to notate things, so I do videos like this, but I do reels. But I see I've attracted nobody with clout. And I'm not thinking people have clout as in resources, funding, and stuff, but I mean, at least if you have the humane care for other people, could you please help me save my life? Because I get to the point where I don't want to. And the hole is the size of a golf ball. And if you need proof of it, happy to share it. I don't remember it, but my friend took pictures of me being released 22 hours after being life-flighted, waking up in a clot removal on my brain, and then not even fixing it repairably. I woke up to that, and then I woke up again after blacking out, and I was all on oxygen, told I had punctured lungs, I was going to have to go into surgery, broken ribs, told me that my hip was broken, it had a clot on it, they were going to have to do surgery. My rotators had blown 21 blown discs. 2.5 months later, I found out that my neck was actually not stable. Some blown discs, and I believe a cervical fracture, which would be right below the injury. And COVID was more important. I can't take the injection, so those doctors kicked me out of the hospital. Imagine if your life was hanging on the hinges of medicine and they refused to treat you because you couldn't have a vaccination. I write poems daily. Like, I have files: political, faithful, and when I'm dark. I don't know what I write, I read them later. I do reels as well because I think it connects to people and people can reach out to me, or if it helps somebody. I'm not afraid to speak in front of 10,000 people because I sang in front of 13,000 and I really don't care. I feel God has me, and when I'm singing, I feel like with my dad, but I can't really sing that well right now because my whole right side, including my stomach, was all crushed. I want to be able to do that again. I want to find joy in something where I feel stupid, even though I taught, even though I did cognitive art therapy, even though I was accepted for America's Got Talent. I met Nashville producers. I I don't know what to do anymore. I don't. But if you are faith-based and you believe in one another, then maybe someone can help me figure stuff out. Because honestly, I don't know. And I could say I care about how I look, but one thing that got broken was a filter. I don't care. I actually am self-conscious of my tooth. I have plates that were shattered. I'm a walking DNA fountain. I throw up everything, but I have vertigo. I'm blind in my left eye. My right eye blows pupils, and I have complex PTSD that comes back, and I don't even understand why or what. I was a survivor, and now I'm like, I'm not a victim, but I relive things that is not okay. And I recently was in a group with similar people, and if you can relate, or is there a way that you can reach out and help? And Tom McDonald, I actually probably repeated myself, but I write poems, and it's funny. I'm like an old school country woman. Like I found, and I met Merle Haggard when I was 8. A friend of ours was in prison with him, and always loved his music. One of my favorite books actually was "Sing Me Back Home." I read it when I was in 7th grade in school because I am on the Mensa, and I was already doing. I'm an artist professionally. Don't know if I am anymore, but I know I'm a poet. So if there's someone out there that can relate or think or help, please send me links to how I can contact those people. Please reach out and say, hey, I know what you're going through. Or if there's a way that you can help, please do. I don't know that life is that great a living if I can't learn new things and learn how to know the new me. My own sister thinks I'm the same person I was, and I'm not. Just because I had seizures doesn't mean I'm the same person I was. I don't have the ability to candy coat things. So, like, I'm not shy around musicians. I mean, one of the most miraculous, amazing things I vaguely remember was September 25th, the date of my mother's death. Went to a concert, was taken right in, backstage. Aaron Tippin has met me like 3 times since my injury. Colin Ray, Sammy Kershaw. And they lifted me to the front of the stage, and I was like, I'm kind of sorry. My head's shaved because I have a hole in my brain. Not just my skull, but all the way to my brain. And I said, and Aaron Tippin couldn't have been more of an extremely heartfelt man. He jumped out of his bus and he came over and he hugged me, grabbed my phone, took pictures. And then I believe Sammy was kind of sick that day. And But the thing is, they've always been inviting. Honestly, it wasn't even a month after my head injury, and I don't remember the concert. I've seen the pictures, and then whatever pictures and videos weren't stolen from my stuff. It was a free concert in Livingston, I believe, Livingston, Tennessee. My head was wide open then, like wide open. It was when I got to Arizona. But I don't know what to do anymore. I try and I lose me every day. I'm like a 10-second Tom. Music relates me to being able to have memories. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna live through this if I don't get the proper help. And I know some of y'all there have hearts, and but I know you always think, well, there's tens of thousands of people wanting my help. I'm willing to help you understand me and what I write. I'm a constant political, faithful, all that kind of poetry writer and songs. If you can help me find physicians or something that I would not have the privy of understanding or knowing, or lawyers for medical stuff, because I was kicked out because I didn't have a vaccine. Otherwise, I was supposed to go undergo surgery for my lungs that were broken and punctured, my ribs, and then a broken hip. I've been doing this all freelance, like whatever, okay, float with it. And right now I've got a hole in my arm where I had a seizure and hit a fire pit shovel. And everybody's like, you need to get stitches. I'm like, long ways from the heart. It is not killing me, but it definitely needs stitches, and it'll be another, excuse me, battle wound. But that's, I lose train of what I say, so that's all I have to say. If you can, reach out. If you want to understand the story, I'm an open book, like as open as it gets. And my life has always been related to country music. But I love music per se at all. Yes, I love Adam McCauley. I love Tom McDonald's very much. I love his political views. I love Jesse Howard's views, and I love Aaron Lewis's views. Is that my typical music? No. Does that matter? Absolutely not. But sound, smells, taste, sensory overloads. I don't even know what all that stuff is, where I have had seizures my whole life, and now I'm learning that they have different specialists for different things. And due to this, I could apologize, but I'm not. I don't have that in me. I don't believe in a pandemic. I believe it's a pandemic. I believe the flu and pneumonia was just shoved aside, and I could not take the vaccine. I went into anaphylaxis in 2012 for a flu shot, flu and pneumonia. But they kicked me out of the hospital. I feel like my life wasn't worthy to save, and I want to learn that it is. I am open anytime to speak on a public platform. I don't have any shyness. I also do search VetSAR, Veterans 22 a day. I love my country. My dad was a Vietnam vet. I actually love the soldiers. I love it all. And the thing is I don't know how to continue to be me. If you could help me, talk to me, please. I'm gonna tag some of y'all, and hopefully this loads up. I know I look really rough. I have makeup on. I know that my eye's not lifting very well. I know that my plates were shattered. Yeah, I have false teeth since I was 20 because of seizures. But I just want to find the place that will help me and call home. I mean, after being robbed in the cabin, I have no good memories. Alright, well, my name's Jody, and I would love to interrelate with people. Yeah, I'm reaching out to a community that usually is known for love, and that would be a heartwarming country music community. I'm a graphic artist and an artist. I'm relearning to do things, but weirdly it comes to me differently. So maybe one of y'all could talk to me. One of y'all could maybe listen to what I write. I could feel useful again. Maybe I could see physicians that could help me. God bless you. Bye.